Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my rant of 90 Day Fiance, season Happily Ever After, season 7, episode 7. Are you happy now? Let's get into it.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. And to all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate last night's episode of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, Season 7, Episode 7, Are You Happy Now? I would have to rate this episode an F. Let me know down in the comments section what you would rate this episode of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. I am going to try to remain as calm as possible. And I see a try. Because I thought that this episode of 90 Day Fiance was the worst I have ever seen. For more than one reason. One is the obvious, of course, but the other one is not so obvious. And we're going to get into that right now. The first couple that I want to talk about is Libby and Andrei. This guy is absolutely disgusting. You know, it is amazing to me that we are seeing what we're seeing on television. And I'm going to be doing a video after this. And Auntie said it isn't so stick around. Make sure you have your notification bells on. Don't forget to hit that doorbell when you come into Auntie's home with all of the cousins, the nieces, and the nephews. Hit that doorbell, and that doorbell is that thumbs up button. I'm really shocked at the things that we are seeing on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, and I'm shocked that we're calling it entertainment. I've been covering 90 Day Fiance from the beginning. A lot of those videos that I covered from the beginning are in the vault, and they're in the vault because my mouth was so foul in those videos that I was like, okay, you need to take them offline. And so that's why you all do not see a lot of the videos that I did in the past as it related to the show. But the authenticity of the show was there. What we're seeing now is borderline what I can't say on YouTube. But you all know what it is. I have decided to do this video without looking at the comments. The comments are off. I want to thank anyone and everyone for sending me a super chat. If you have, I will not be able to see them because I am in another screen on StreamYard to guarantee that I don't see them and I don't react to them. So I want to thank you in advance and apologize in advance. Andrei and Elizabeth are estranged from the family. They made a decision last week that they were not going to go to her mom's 60th birthday party because they're bitter and they're above everyone. They have finally got a home, which has been Andrei's American dream, and Elizabeth is going along with it. He brings a little girl and she has fingernail polish on her feet, and she asked him whether or not she ate it, and he said no, and she said, okay, I don't care. I'll get it later. I'm too busy being a mama at the kitchen sink. So Andrei is going to the lawyer's office because he is up for renewal of his green card or whatever it is that he has. And his lawyer has asked for him to come in. Excuse me for 1 second. And I'm back. His lawyer has asked him to come in. And when he arrives there, she tells him that, he has an interview, which is a good thing and a bad thing. She said that usually when someone has a renewal or is up for renewal, or I guess a different level in their green card status, they're usually not called in for a second interview, but Andrei is. Andrei is being called in for a second interview, and they suspect that there has been something files going on. She asked Andrei whether or not he had a criminal past in Moldova. And of course, we know that there have been discussions about some questionable things that he did while he was there. But instead of him taking that into consideration and that maybe someone in Moldova called on his A or something came up in the files, he decides to accuse the family. And I thought it was disgusting because Andrei has made many enemies, in my opinion. Not just his family, but many enemies. In Moldova, he wasn't this guy that everybody wanted to hang around. We have been watching Andrei from the beginning, and we know that he has done some questionable things. He wasn't even forthright with Elizabeth nor the rest of the family about the things that he had done in Moldova. And so now all of a sudden, it's the family's fault. Someone dropped a dime on him. Someone told. Well, guess what? Maybe they should have. And maybe they could have. But the disgusting thing to me was how he talks to Elizabeth, who is the person who has been riding his forever, to the extent that she is now estranged from her family. Now, when we saw this family, we knew they weren't picture perfect, but they was tight as rice. They all was together with one another. Now, all of a sudden, we see this family and they are in turmoil. And I believe the reason why they are in turmoil is because of Andrei. He has come and shipwrecked this family, starting with Elizabeth first and then the daddy. He has all but fired all of them from working with the father's business. I'm sure that there are probably other people, in my opinion, who throat he has cut in order to get to the top. Why wouldn't the family alert the authorities about what you're doing? But you can't make an assumption based on information that neither you or your lawyer had. And then he talks about some mysterious, bitch, I can't. I'm going to try to stay calm, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to stay calm. But I'm so ready to lose it up on this. I don't know what to do myself. I'm ready to lose it. Because the way that he screams and he yells at her, the way that he talks to her is not behavior becoming a husband. Bitch, I don't care how you twist it, which way you wanna, I don't know, I don't care how you wanna play it. The way that he talks to his wife is extremely disrespectful and borderline, well, bitch, in my opinion, it ain't even borderline abusive, it's abusive. And that just appears to be the pattern of the things that we are starting to see on 90 Day Fiance. Just 1 second, y'all got something I'm doing in the background. Just 1 second, I'll be right there with y'all. Okay, I'm back. Still with the comments off. But before I finish, and I know I hate when people do this, but these people down here in this comment section are the people who run this channel. Alongside with me. They are my co-pilots. They are my nieces and my nephews. They are family. We all for one and one for all. These people down here in this comment section are going to be reading these people for filth because this is what we call a rant. Get in, hop in, get in where you fit in, okay? Don't be afraid to let your comments be heard. Don't be afraid to drag one of these mofos that you can't stand. Go at it, go ham, have at it, damn it, okay? Because this is the life of Auntie advice, okay? Now, having said that, I'm noticing that a lot of the things that we are seeing on television is just not entertainment anymore. In my opinion, it has gone into a different stratosphere, and I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to, as a family, continue to support this show. The things that these people are saying and the things that people are doing, well, while they may be realistic, these are things that end up on hashtag murder she wrote, bitch. ID channel while you were sleeping. Some of this stuff, in my opinion, has completely and totally gotten out of hand. And the way that Andrei talks to Elizabeth, who is the one who's riding his, is disgusting. Talking about disgusting, I have made a decision that I was not going to cover Ed and Liz. And this week and last week, I took a peek. And the way that this man talks to her, first of all, you fat, no-neck ass bitch. You're looking like a motherfucking raisin. This mother... talks to this girl like she ain't. And I'm going to sit here and say out of my mouth, and you all may be mad, and I don't give a damn. That's why I don't have the comments on, so I could go ham and say what the hell I want to say. He treats her like a piece of and in my opinion, that's what she is. Because you are only what you allow people to treat you and what you allow in your life. Y'all can get mad all y'all want to. This girl is a piece of She allows this man to dump everything he wants to dump on her. That makes her a dumpster. And you may not agree. But if I allow somebody to treat me like a piece of, after a while, I'm going to be smelling. And in my opinion, Elizabeth, Lizzie, or whatever the hell her name is stinking. She's sitting up there justifying this bull with this man. who doesn't have a neck, and I'm very sure he just might have a, because he acts too much like a bitch. He talks to her any kind of way. He treats her any kind of way. And this week he accused her of being a lesbian after she has put somebody out for putting their hands on her the wrong way. He comes over. Next thing you know, he asks her, was it an affair going on between the two of them? And she running out the thing, drunker than a skunk. It's one thing to have a bridal party and have a good time, but bitch, when you running down the street and you can't get control over yourself because you allow this man to talk to you any kind of way, and then you gonna say, I'm willing to take care of his old rinky-dink. Liz, you are what you allow people to treat you as. There's no excuse for the things that this mofo is doing, but there's no excuse for what you have been allowing. And that's why I decided not to cover y'all asses, because I said I'm going to tell her like it is. I'm not going to fluff it. Over here at Auntie's Advice, I don't fluff nothing. I'm a equal opportunity dragger and roaster. And let me say this. I am a critical thinker. I'm going to look at both sides of this. And I'm looking at both sides and I'm seeing hurt and his. Y'all don't hear me. I'm looking at both of them critically. So I'm not going to sit there and say that this man is doing something to her outside of what she is allowing, and then her family sitting co-sign for this. How in the world her mama, who she said they never raised her, how the hell she gonna come in there and give an opinion about anything when she was raised up with her grandmama now, and her grandmama now seem like they don't like her. Now, like I said, I took a peek, bitch. I didn't watch. I took a peek. But all the stuff that I have seen her go through, I blame her for allowing this man to treat her like this. And you may say, Auntie, everybody, ain't strong enough. Bitch, I understand not being strong enough. But I also know when enough is enough. I know when enough is enough. And the sad part about it is all this up and down and this confusion and this chaos and get your and move out my house and all of that kind of stuff affects her child. And when you bring a child in it and you don't protect a child, I don't give a damn about you. And I said what I said and I ain't taking it back. I don't give a damn. Will you allow your child, so what your child gonna do, get put out? And then be trying to figure out where she gonna stay at, and you gonna hide her over at somebody's house, so she don't get the effects and find out what the fuck is going on. Bull. It's some bull. Jenny and Sumit. Jenny and Sumit. Sumit is telling Jenny, you too old. I'm married to you now, and then everything I didn't fucking say before, bitch, I'm saying it now. He gonna tell her, let's go to the yoga class where they teach teach you how to do stuff. Jenny said, bitch, I'm 60-some years old and I know what I'm doing. Jenny, I'm in my 50s and I don't know all the positions, boo. Ain't nobody got this joint mastered. You got to watch videos, you got to listen, you got to watch, you get advice from your friends, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, bitch. And I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody mastered this thing, Jenny, especially you. And when you went to the Kama Sutra or whatever the hell they call the daggone thing, what they call that yoga? I know y'all saying what it is in the comment section, but I can't see because I got the comments off. Or not off, but, just so I can't see them. But Sumit has made a decision that he tired of the same old. Now, as I had mentioned, when we first saw Jenny and Sumit come on to the screen, they were, going through with the parents. But this has been produced out of order. Jenny and Sumit got married, then went to the honeymoon, and then they had the incident with the parents. But they showed it to us out of order. And so the two of them are, on their honeymoon, and he's trying to. Okay, thank you, Mary. Mary said it's Kama Sutra. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Mary C, you may not be looking at the comments, but I'm looking at you. And I'm going to get you together, girlfriend. Okay. Thank you, Mary. So let me make sure I keep it up. So we're looking at this out of order because if you notice again that you know what, I don't know if this is affecting y'all. So I'm gonna take this off because I'm looking at it and it's affecting me. So it very well may be affecting somebody, and I don't want this to affect somebody. So I'm gonna take this off, okay? It's just too shiny right now. I'll put something else on, I suppose. But that right there, anytime that's bothering me, I'm sure that is bothering you. And I know I have a couple of people who have been following me for years, and I know that they have seizures to stuff that's moving too much and to sparkly stuff. So I have taken that off. Okay. So Jenny, so we're looking at this out of order. So right now they're at the honeymoon, and Sumit is saying, okay, I'm married to her now, and now I'm going to be this Indian man. He is in a country where, women can't, they can't do what they want to do. They got to be covered up, X, Y, and Z. Knick-knack, paddywhack, bitch, and give a dog a bone. And now he's getting to the point where he's starting to make demands on Jenny. I don't know if y'all see it, but this is happened slowly, but it's damn sure happened surely. Bitch, he is starting to put demands on her about the sex. He like, look, this not good. I'm having problems with this, and I need you to step your game up. So he done told her, as Mary said, he wants her to go to Kama Sutra classes, right? I'm hoping I said that right. Kama Sutra, okay? And Jenny was like, I don't need no help. I'm 60. But bitch, you 60 and you 60 and your man ain't happy no more. He said the old woman got to go away and vamoose, goddamn it, you gonna have to become new. So Jenny is like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the class for fun. But Jenny, like I said, you don't know everything. Honey, when they got to that class, that daggone instructor almost lost his mother mind. He said, what the whole hell? He said, I have never seen a couple come up in here with this bigger age difference. He said, bitch, her hair is looking like the moon. It's silver and shiny, and she, walking to the side, and she holding on to him for balance and everything, it is all off. And he like, this little young Indian man, and he said, the hell is going on? He said, in all my years that I've been doing Kama Sutra, I ain't never seen a couple this goddamn old. So, bitch, he was like, I hope she don't get hurt up in here. I need to get her to sign a waiver. He said she need to sign a waiver, bitch, just in case something get hurt on her or she have a heart attack or whatever. He said, bitch, I cannot do it. She gonna have to sign something up in this mother because I ain't never seen nobody come up in here that, and honey, the way that Jenny was, where they had to cross their legs and get in position, bitch, and Jenny couldn't get in position, he wanted to put her ass out. He's like, this old bitch gotta go. She can't even get into the basic position. And so, and Sumit know damn well he was wrong for doing that to Jenny. He know Jenny too old. Now he done got her to go, on the little thing, right? He done took her to a festival. He done did all of that, but bitch, now he going too far. But prior to Jenny going to this, she had called her daughter, and her daughter was talking, and so her daughter is thinking about coming to see her, and she was telling her daughter about the class, and her daughter said, "Mom, have fun, damn it, you don't know this, you don't know." So, honey, I'm sitting up there and I'm thinking, poor Jenny. So the man was like, this old bitch gonna have to sign a waiver. He was real concerned. He said the class is not going on until that other foot get up on her thigh. Bitch, if she can't get that other thing up there like a pretzel and sit here like a pretzel up in this, okay, she gonna have to leave. So dude stopped the whole class and everybody was mad at Jenny's ass. So anyway, they ended up going on and they was doing some little things and they were sitting on each other's lap and and Sumit said, when he get his and Jenny said when she get hers, they don't be humming like that. They don't be with each other and stuff. Nobody does, but bitch, you should try it when you leave here. So anyway, when she got on his lap, and they was sitting, like rowed a boat and everything. Jenny, was heaving and hoeing and all that. And I said, poor Jenny, every time she do stuff like this, it makes her look older and older, in my opinion. And so, the next position was cowgirl helper. And, it was just a basic, straddle, straddle rock and roll, get on top, you know what I'm saying? And Jenny didn't know that. And I said, "Hi, that's one of the first positions you learn, not one of the last." So if Jenny didn't know that just straddling on top of your man, getting the Megan Stallion knees together, girl, my elbow done fell. My whole damn edge. Did y'all see my elbow? My elbow said. Bitch, Lisa, wasn't my funny bone. That's one of the first positions that you learn. What the hell is wrong with Jenny that she don't know how to do? This ain't no cowgirl. This just basics 101. I'm thinking, Jenny, that's 101. You can't be embarrassing the American girls. Jenny told me she gonna try when she get her home, and I'm thinking to myself, bitch, you ain't been doing this. No wonder he got you at this class. He said this missionary stuff is just too much. It's like, I'm tired of doing this. Jenny said she just want to make love and go to bed. Jenny, boo, you ain't made love yet. Girl. Now, I know this is a damn different subject. But do y'all remember Daenerys? Do y'all remember her from Game of Thrones? When she had to marry that dude, and I can't think of what his name is. And he will come in there and be all, with her and grabbing her and yanking her and doing it to her. And she was sitting up there in the bathtub one day, okay, this Game of Thrones. And she was sitting up there and she said, how can I control him? How can I make him love me? She said, let me teach you a couple of tricks. That was the cowgirl back then. When he came back up in there, honey, and she got up on him and flipped him over and got the Gideon up in. Okay? Bitch. Okay? You can get any handlebar you want. You can use, you can get the rain. However you want to get your rain. Daenerys was doing this way back to bitch when Game of Thrones. How the fuck? Well, Jenny is about that old, but how did Jenny Mr. Lester? She giggling. We gonna go in. Maybe we can wear a hat. What the poor Jenny? Jenny, your stuff is whack, boom. Because that's a 101 position. But anyway, we're going to get off Jenny's old ass, okay? The next person I want to talk about is Bilal and Shaeeda. This is the most boringest storyline. How long we gonna talk about having a baby and not having a baby? Haven't we heard every reason why Bilal doesn't want a baby? Haven't we heard every reason why Shaeeda wants to have one? Bitch, is it nothing else that the two of them can talk about that other than having a baby and not having a baby, the pros and cons? But this week she, got her results back from her gynecologist. And he said that, her uterine, that her eggs and stuff like that was, viable and all of that. But her reserve, the eggs that are, are there from the time that, you were formed in your mother's womb, that the test was inconclusive. In my opinion, anytime you get a test that's inconclusive ever as a woman, you know that the next time you talk to the doctor, some shit wrong. And that's all that happened with them. Okay? That's all that happened with them. I'm just tired of this storyline. How many weeks can you let this go on? And he feels like, she's been throwing around a divorce word. And she says that people say things when they get mad. And people don't say that when they get mad if they love each other. You don't use that. You don't weaponize the D word, the divorce word. And then she says to the doctor that the two of them have been working on having a baby. And she said that they wear raincoats when, they make love with one another. But that there's been some things that's been going on. And I was like, is she trying to trick him into having this baby? If so, that's the worst thing that you can do. One of the things that I have been saying on this channel since she's been on is I don't like her and I don't think that she's a good person. And the more that I saw her, the more I believe she's not a good person. Talking about not a good person is Angela. But we're going to get to her after we do Usman and Kim. So Usman and Kim are on their way to Usman's hometown. He said that he is the only one in his village who has been successful in this way, and that when he gets there, he's treated like royalty. Bitch, he really was, because it was people all over trying to get his bags. Kimberly feels like she's in a position now to go and meet his mom. She's kissed his ass enough. She's brought him enough jewelry and laptops, bitch, and PlayStation 15s and all of that kind of stuff. She's done all of that. And so, she's marked her territory and, she's paid her fucking way. So now she's on her way and she's like, what if your mother don't like me? What if she say no? He said, if she say no, we don't get married. So right now he is acting his ass off. I'm telling you, Oscar, Academy Award, bitch, Tony. I don't know what you could give him, but he is acting as if he is in love with Kim. I'm telling you right now, you know what, Auntie, say it, think it, don't say it. But in my opinion, he's acting his ass off. He's doing a phenomenal job of acting as if he loves this woman. He is dead set on being the greatest entertainer in the world. Unfortunately, in my opinion, his talent doesn't match. But he is well on his way to being a one phenomenal motherfucking actor. So him and Kim, they leave and they have an hour plane ride. And before he gets there, once they land, he gets to his mother's house and he want to talk to his mother by himself because he need to prepare Mama. So he gets to Mama's house. She's happy to see him and everything. And then now he goes on to tell his mother that, he is there to visit her, but that he has another hidden motherfucking secret. And so the mother is like, okay, so what, what you brought another little bitch over here? And so he was like, yeah, she's another woman from America. Now, Mama already know that she's white. So Mama was like, how old is this bitch? And so he said that, she's 50 years old. The mother said, God. The mother, honey, got the speaking in tongues up in that. She's like, "Ikalabatoya, ha ha, o kororopa, yela, tata." You gotta leave the book on the white women, and she's 50 years old with the police, and the yakaka, be la 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 la, be la 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 la. Biala la 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 up in this mother Gaia. Okay, biala la ya in this mother Gaia. I hope that this isn't who you bringing home. It's a whole lot of women out here. I got a whole dictionary full of it. I got phone numbers. I got rolling text. I know women in every zip code up in this mother. You mean to tell me that you can't pick a viable, young, sweet, tender, hot thing around here with good knees and know how to do the cowgirl? The mother, like I'm telling you now, if you coming over here, you thinking that I am going to be supporting this bullshit, I'm telling you right now, it's a hell no on the go. It's a hell no right now. I'm not doing it. I need you to go and get you a tender young thing. You said you want to be like Michael Jackson, pretty young thing. Why are you bringing these old American women over here? What the fuck is wrong with my son? Now, the mother ain't said quite like that. I was in the background. Because y'all know on some of these things, I actually get involved. Like I'm in the scene. His mama don't want him with this woman. And she said, where the fuck she? Well, you know, I don't want to really tell you everything that's going on. I want us to be there together. For what? That's your mama. And he had already said that the village that he lives in is conservative. So why is your mama? And Kim sitting up in there trying to look respectful with her head wrap on in the next episode. And ain't nothing, in my opinion, respectful about this woman. Nothing. Last but not least is Angela. So last week we saw Angela and her little girlfriend hop their asses on a plane and fly to Nigeria. Now, mind you, Angela had already made arrangements to go and see her boyfriend in Canada, or her alleged boyfriend, because I don't think he's interested in nothing but something that's green in her wallet, or something that got a black stripe on the back. Now, I could be wrong. He could really be liking her like that. But bitch, if it ain't got a stripe on the back of it and 10 to 14 digits on the front of it, he ain't interested in no fucking Angela. That's just my opinion. So Angela now decides that she's going to get up in the morning and go to Michael's house. Now, last week I said, I hope this wasn't Michael's mama house that this bitch showed up to at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm going to warn you that I was in this scene. I was in this scene. I was an active participant. I was with the cameramen, as I'm sure many of you all were, because this was damn ridiculous. Utterly disgusting. So Angela and her girlfriend is at Michael's house. She knocks on Michael's door in the middle of the night, but she says that she wants to give him a second chance. She says that she wants to be with Michael, and Michael wants to be with her, bitch. And so now we got Angela knocking on this door while everybody in the house is asleep. Now, Michael answered the phone. She told him to stay up. But I thought that maybe Michael had his own place. No, Michael's living with other people. And Angela is knocking on his door like a privileged ass Karen. You said that Michael got the wrong motherfucking American? But bitch, had I been there, you'd have had the wrong motherfucking African. And I ain't never been to Africa, to the motherland, honey, in my whole life. But bitch, I would have been having tribe stripes on my ass by the time I'd have finished whooping Angela's ass out there in them goddamn locals, no coast, Lamon, Nigeria, Africa, bitch, whatever. I would have had tribal stripes, bitch. It would have looked like somebody took fire to my ass by the time I would have finished whooping on Angela. Because see, what Angela has never had, I'm convinced, is somebody that looks like me whoop her ass. She never had that. Because if she had that, she'd have remembered that. See, if mama and the aunties and them had checked her when she was over there, we wouldn't have had Angela coming back to Nigeria like this. And let me tell you something. If the motherfucking producers would let her do what she do, then bitch, don't jump in and defend her when I'm doing what I'm doing. Because you ain't providing no protection for that man. In my opinion. You set that off. You co-signed. You was complicit to that bullshit. Angela is out there and they got cameras on while she tears this man's car up. A car that Michael had the first season that we met him. So how the fuck did Angela buy it? I'll wait. I will motherfucking wait. How did Angela buy that when Michael had that car before when she came there for the first time, bitch? Remember you was going to the market and you was buying stuff for mom and them because you was trying to kiss their ass in order to marry their son so you can get that mandingo? Remember you came over there with all that Trump stuff? Michael had that car, bitch. You didn't buy that. So you don't have, that was property that Michael had prior to the marriage. Auntie, calm down. You didn't buy that. And even if you did, Karen, this is a Karen on crack. In my opinion, I kept looking at her and I kept saying, this mother bitch is on something. Because you are not up at 1 o'clock in the morning after you done took a flight and you got enough energy now to go to somebody's house and tear this up with your nasty breasticles hanging out. Something's wrong with your areola. They look like clothes hanging off of her. Her areolas look like this. They look like they had a fun guy or something on them. You need to go and get that fixed before you start going and buying stuff. Because when your top kept coming down, I could have swore I saw mold on your nasty, old, decrepit, trifling, stinky, nasty ass. Let me put my flower back. So Angela's out here, and this black woman, or whatever she is saying, Michael, come out, she destroyed your car. Just come outside, Michael. This was a setup. In my opinion, this was a whole setup. I don't know who's behind it, but it was a setup. Michael comes out the back way, bitch. Angela is over there talking about you mess with the wrong American woman. Bitch, you don't represent American women. And if this was the reverse, if Michael even thought to do a fraction of this Angela's doing, he would have been fired. He would have been fired off that show. First of all, he's a man touching a woman. Second of all, he's a black African man touching a fragile white woman who uses her tears as weapons. Because this bitch came there and instigated all of this shit. And then she sits there and cries and talk about she's hurt because she's tearing the license plates and plastic off his car. But she used her secret weapon, and that's tears. Y'all can get mad if y'all want to. I don't give a good goddamn. Women, and particularly white women, have been able to historically use their tears in order to hurt men of color. It ain't none of y'all, I hope. But bitch, it's a fact. And thus, we have what we call Karens. And I know y'all ain't never heard me talk this deep down and dirty about this dumb shit. But today I am, because I'm telling you, if Michael had lifted a motherfucking finger to talk to Angela, to touch Angela, to treat Angela the way that she is touched and treated him, it will be motherfucking outrage. He can't get away with that shit. And he knows he can't. And guess what? Angela knows he can't. So Angela brings her privileged ass into someone else's country, wakes them up in the middle of the motherfucking night, banging on the door and telling him to get up. This other woman is standing her dumb ass out there co-fucking signing. Michael comes through the back and can't believe it. And so does Michael's family. And Angela runs. Now walk, bitch. She runs and attacks Michael. As soon as she saw him, she attacked him. She was the aggressor the whole fucking time. She ran to attack this man. He's holding on. And at that point, Michael had a decision he had to make. Was he going to whoop her? That's why, Michael, you need sisters and cousins living in a house. Because back in my day, we would have handled that shit. And these cameramen, instead of intervening until they saw that Michael was getting out of hand, then they said, oh, we'll take her. So it's all right for her to show her ass until you see him start showing aggression. And then when you see him showing aggression, now you got to get her the fuck up out of here. This woman ran to attack this man. And Michael restrained her and himself. And he needs to be patted on his back for that. Because, bitch, the family was out there trying to control Angela. And guess what Angela was doing? Asking them why they was protecting him. Because, bitch, you here 1 o'clock in the morning unannounced, tearing up outside. The restraint of those people would not have shown up had it been me and my family. It would have been blood on the street, bitch. No ifs, ands, or buts, doubts, nothing. Blood would have been on the street. Angela thinks that she is privileged and she can do that kind of stuff. And you know why? Because those producers never cut that camera off. When Michael told her, you came here, are you kidding? What are you doing here? You could see the fear on Angela's face. Because shit just got real. You didn't expect Michael to raise his voice and go off on you. How dare you say that you love him and that you care about him and that you wanted to give him a second chance and you wanted things to, you was in love with him. No, you thought you had a slave. Let's just keep it a buck, in my opinion. You felt like he was beholden to you, which is why you took your petty, privileged ass over there fussing over Insta fucking Gram. Because this is exercising his constitutional right to go and do whatever he wants to do on social motherfucking media. And because you can't control every aspect of this man, you will sit here and say, I told him to take Instagram down. And he said, LOL, no. Where's the fucking crime? Where's the treason? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Who did he sit against? He's a grown motherfucking man. But you want to control him with your money. And you haven't been able to because Michael's tired of being under your fucking thumb. But the atrocity is that this was filmed. And of all the stuff they could have shown, they showed this shit. What does that say about what we watching? What the fuck does that say? Y'all let me know in the comments. I need y'all to go ham in the comments. Let me know. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. And if I'm wrong, I can be corrected. But why are we seeing this on our television and we think this is entertainment? This is not fucking entertaining. When do we call a thing a motherfucking thing? When do we say that this is not motherfucking acceptable? It's not. And she gets in the car and she's embarrassed. She's hurt. She said he's not coming over on my visa. Why, Angela? Because he got a motherfucking Instagram page? You ain't love him from the giddy up. Your damn game is over. In my opinion, Angela did this to stay on the show. She never had intentions on bringing Michael over here. Because as soon as her lawyer told him any day now, she gonna go over there and cause ruckus because she thinks she white and right. Oh, yeah. All them cold words Angela was dropping. You dealing with the wrong American. I'm a Nigerian wife. And then y'all be looking at me and be like, Auntie, don't, Auntie, don't. She gonna say y'all behind this man who broke my heart because he got an Instagram page. That's all the fuck we have heard. Michael wasn't sleeping with another woman when Angela and her dumbass girlfriend got. Let me tell you something, girlfriend. You need to be motherfucking embarrassed that you're on that show. You need to be embarrassed, girlfriend, that you even showed your dumbass up for this. You need to be embarrassed, boo, for sitting up there knocking on that window and co-signing on this bullshit. You need to be like, sis. How could you go along with this? You know this was wrong on so many levels. Even if they're not being responsible, bitch, you speak up. And the only thing she gonna say, let them talk, let them talk. But you done instigated and agitated this. Michael, she tearing up your car. Michael, she tearing up your car. And his family in the compound. Michael said, get the fuck off my compound. When they saw him go to the left, oh, bitch, they had to get her out of there then. Oh, we gotta escape. We gotta escape. Because we can't let her get hurt. She would have got dragged from every mud pile, every pigsty, everywhere there was a chicken was, bitch, I would have drugged the dog. I'm telling you. No. Unacceptable. Michael was wrong about believing that Angela ever loved him. Michael was wrong about believing that he would ever be respected by this Karen. He was wrong. He was wrong in believing that she fucked with him because she sat there and talked about what her kids said. But wait a minute, didn't one of her kids just get out of jail? How low can you go, Angela? I don't see Michael with all these bull charges and all of that stuff that you got. I know this video ain't getting monetized, so y'all mess will go hit on a Cash App or Super Chat, because I know they ain't monetizing this motherfucker right here. Angela is privileged. But your privilege, Angela, can't get you but so far. Michael, you was wrong. You were wrong in thinking that this was a good person. You were wrong. And look at the people she hang around. And this girl goes over there, and Angela breast is out hanging out everywhere because she's a nasty. She showed us that on the till or when she pulled them out for the whole world to see. And the months look cryptic. This bitch looks like something, all this plastic surgery that this bitch got, and she is still looking like the living motherfucking dead. She dead in the inside, in my opinion, and she dead on the outside. She ain't Thank you, y'all, for the cash. Thank you, Karen, for the cash app. Karen Ferguson, because they not going to, they ain't monetizing this shit. No, this ain't going to be monetized. But I'm going to keep it all the way 100. And if you don't like it, bitch, you better not let me find out. You can say what you want to say in opposition, but you better not disrespect me in my comment section. Because Angela has shown her ass for the last time. And I'm about to do a video in a couple of minutes where the fans are asking for Angela to be fucking fired because they realize that Angela would have never allowed, nor the producers would have ever allowed this behavior from Michael, a black African man. They would have never allowed Michael to show his black aggressive ass up at Angela's house. But Angela was aggressive. Angela attacked Michael. We saw with our own eyes. But watch her, bitch. Thank you so much, Sherry Kintu, for the cash app. We saw Angela, but you know what? It'll be some motherfuckers that'll be in my chat that'll say that they didn't see what the fuck they saw. Do you know it will be some people that will write their ass or comment in my comment section and say that I'm wrong and Auntie, this ain't about race and Auntie, this ain't about this. Y'all can kiss my whole black ass. I've been letting that stuff slide and slide and slide and slide. But you mean to tell me that this that Angela did is about Angela's rights as a Nigerian wife? Since the fuck when? And then when Michael gets aggressive, they pull out. Now you shutting the motherfucking cameras down. Oh, I saw that. Oh, we all saw that. And you can act like you didn't see that shit, but you saw it. Oh, hell yeah, you saw it. Sit up here and tell me you didn't see this shit. And I mean, that's a big, burly, wrinkled ass piece of a woman. And we saw it. And then she gets in the car, and now her tears. That's why if Michael told me you don't hurt. And you looking like a sailor. You're acting like one. You're behaving like one. And I'm going to call a thing a thing. I got my Ayanla Von Zant attitude to fuck on, honey. Oh, I got it on. And I ain't afraid to say what I want to say. These are my opinions, and I'm entitled to it based on what I seen. She's aggressive. She's deplorable. And the fans want her gone. This is no longer entertaining. Between Angela and Michael and Ed and Lindsay or Libby or whatever the fuck her name is, this ain't entertaining. You got Andrei yelling at this girl anytime he feel like it. And then you got Zara's girlfriend dragging her fucking husband. This ain't entertaining. This is past being deplorable and unacceptable television. This shit not funny anymore. It's not. It's not funny. Y'all, this is the end of my review. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go and wind down. Thank you so much to all of the 1,200 people that are out here. I appreciate you all being here. I love you all to pieces. Thank you for everyone who super chatted. Thank you for everyone who sent me a cash app. I truly do appreciate it. I love you all to pieces, okay? And until we meet again, y'all be safe. I'm out.